Hey everybody, today I am going to be making a couple of trips to a few different thrift stores, but before I get there I just wanted to maybe explain why I go to certain stores. One of them right away is Goodwill, and I know a lot of people over the years have had a problem with Goodwill with their prices going up, but one of the reasons I still like going to Goodwill is because even though their prices are a little bit higher, I can tend to get around them a little bit, and I like what Goodwill does for the community. Now I know a lot of people have seen what I've seen too, you know, about how much people are paid, or you know, just that maybe Goodwill isn't as good as we were led to believe, at least some time ago. But over the years I have talked to several different employees, you know, just chit-chatting and whatever, and I have found that the majority of them that I have spoken to work at Goodwill because they're one of the few employers that will hire them, and it's usually due to chronic illness, a disability, or possibly a criminal record. The chronic illnesses are usually somewhere like MS or fibromyalgia, if that's how you say it, stuff like that, where people get flares and they could be out for a day to a week at a time or even more. Well, Goodwill will tolerate that kind of stuff. If all of a sudden, you know, you were scheduled for 2-3 days this week and now you can't come in, they don't hold that against you. So I really like that. And then I'm not sure of all the programs that Goodwill does across the country, but here, and in fact the one Goodwill I'm going to be going to, they have a bigger building, and on the other side of the building that isn't the retail store or the donation center, they have an area where they do job training and some other kinds of classes for people who have been incarcerated, and it's mainly to help them to become employed. And I think that's a really good program right there. Okay, and so the ways I save money at Goodwill is, one, usually when you first walk in, there will be a sign up that tells you a certain tag color is on sale that day. So I think it's usually anywhere from 30 to 50%. So it could be green or purple or red or whatever color. So you can save money that way by trying to pick items with that certain color tag. Then there's this, my trusty Goodwill card. You don't technically save money on that, but you scan it when you're checking out, and then all these points add up. And I think when you hit 75 points, you get a $5 voucher that you can use on your next shopping trip. Also, they give you $5 off too in your birthday month. But then the last way you can save money at Goodwill is I get about 2 emails a week from them, and in those emails they'll give you daily or weekly specials that are not shown in the actual store. So that way you can save money as well. So that if you try to plan ahead, it's kind of hard to plan ahead for those colors on the sign at the beginning of the store there, unless you happen to know an employee or ask someone, do you know what colors they're going to be doing, stuff like that ahead of time, you know. But there are ways you can save money there. Okay, the 2 other stores that I like going to are the Salvation Army and the St. Vincent de Paul stores, thrift stores. With the Salvation Army, I like them, even though they've gotten a little bit more pricey too, because they kind of do the same thing as Goodwill. They will employ people who are in their shelters or who possibly have a criminal background, And you know, a lot of the guys they'll have with their trucks when they do pickups. The other thing they do is a program that they also have at St. Vincent de Paul. Years ago, when I was still Catholic, I volunteered for the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and one of the things we did was we would go to people's homes that we were referred to or that they called themselves, saying that they needed help. And it was normally what we were there to do was to go into their home and see what they needed. Did they need a bed? Did their kids need clothes? Did they need a kitchen table or a TV or pots and pans? Anything along the lines of that. So we would go there, talk to them, see what their needs were, and then we gave them vouchers to take to the nearest St. Vincent store. And so if they needed a bed, or a bed for themselves and 2 for their kids, they got a voucher for 3 beds. If they needed dishes and silverware and stuff like that, then they got a voucher for home goods and things like that. Well, the Salvation Army does the same thing. They will give out vouchers to people in need so that they can go and shop in their stores and get what they need without it costing them anything. Now, I don't belong to any savings program that the Salvation Army puts out. I'm not sure if they put one out or not, but they do the same thing as Goodwill. They'll have that sign in the front and they'll have their daily deals kind of thing. And St. Vincent, I do have a card for them. They have a card. I don't know if all of them do, but the one that I tend to shop at does. And I'm not really sure how it works. I know that when I scan it at checkout, I get all this money off. And so they always are taking a percentage off of whatever it is you're buying. So you're definitely paying less. So I really like that. But anyhow, let's get shopping. Okay, we're coming up on Goodwill here, and it looks busy. Just gotta find a decent parking spot. I really don't like vlogging in public. I mean, I feel like it's more acceptable these days, but more towards people who are like 25 and younger. My age, I don't know, people tend to stare. But anyhow, one thing I wanted to mention real quick was what I'm looking for. I usually have a list, and I'm looking for today maybe a canister set, a wool or wool blend blanket for the car, and then possibly an electric percolator because mine is getting loud and I think it's gonna break soon. Not really seeing any percolators here. A lot of coffee makers and carafes though. I'm seeing a couple things I want to look at. These I really like, but I don't think I want to pay that price. So these smaller ones are $4.99 each. And the bigger one is, oh, it's $4.99, so $15. I don't know, what would I spend for it new? It's one thing to consider. But I also kind of like these couple of glass ones down here too. $2.99. There's more stuff to look at. It's like 6 aisles of this stuff. So I don't know, we may come back. We'll see. Now I don't usually buy clothes too often, but when I do, I look for the better brands. I mean, nobody wants to spend $4 on a used shirt from Walmart or Target. But when you consider that a new sweater from LL Bean, for instance, would run you anywhere from $60 to $125, spending $5 or $6 on it all of a sudden isn't that big of a deal. Okay, we are rolling up here on St. Vincent, but before we go in, I just wanted to bring something up to you guys. Let's see, there you go. At the end of August, I started adding something to the end of all my videos. Now, I know a few of you have noticed because you've said so in comments, but I'm thinking a whole lot of you probably don't watch a video all the way to the end. Well, I wish you would, and check it out today because there's little bonuses at the end of every video. Those up there sure are pretty, huh? They're big. But I see some canisters over here. These are cool. I remember these from years ago. But I don't want anything, I guess, that you can see through. There's only 2 of these. These are nice. And they're very inexpensive. $2.19. They're not really my style. They kind of remind me of the 70s. And then we have all of these. But I don't know. Still not really feeling it. Those are pretty there, all those clear glass ones. But again, those are good for, I feel like non-food items. A lot of the food stuff you don't want the light getting to it, so. I'm really liking this. We'll see. I have not had luck today finding a percolator, but I've been having fun looking at a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, in just a minute here, I'm going to show you everything I got and how much I paid for it. Wow, that's really a deal. I wonder how many tags are white. They have a lot of furniture. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you what I got here. $4.99. You can see that right away. But this is a bigger, kind of heavy metal box that says biscuits. But it's got 2 handles on either side, and it's a good size in there. I'm going to use it as like a bread box, you know, for baked goods and stuff. Just clean it up a little bit, and I think it's really nice. And then over here is a Mccoy Cookie Jar. And I only paid $5 for this because if you look on the bottom there, it's an orange tag. And today orange tags are 50% off at Goodwill. And I really like it because even though I don't eat cookies really, my grandma had one similar to this. And I'll probably put flour or rice or something in there, but just not cookies. And then here, this is a microwave steamer. And I'm really excited to find this because years ago, I had a Tupperware one that I really liked. That wasn't as big as this, but I really liked it. And unfortunately, Paul used it for quail eggs and gave it away to someone. So I've been looking for 2 years for another one and still haven't found one. And then this is a Christmas movie. At work, we have a kids room where we play movies all day long, and I thought this would be really nice for them. And Goodwill's movies are cheaper than St. Vincent's. They're only $1.99, and it's still sealed. And my last find at Goodwill was just this little saucepan that I paid $3.99 for. It's got the copper bottom. It's a Revereware, so it'll match my other pieces. But the reason I want this is because it's hard to find this small size with the lid. Trying to find the lid sometimes at a thrift store is terrible. So I was really happy to get that. And then moving on to St. Vincent, it was not a good day for what I was actually looking for. You know, I didn't find a percolator or blanket or geez, what was the other thing? Now I don't even remember. But I did find a bunch of CDs, and I got 5 of them. And at St. Vincent, they're only $1.79. So yeah, I'm totally old school. I love CDs. I have lots of music, and I can always use more. And then I just got this little freezer thingy here. You know, I pick these up whenever I can because they just come in so handy. So anyhow, I ended up with 93 points on my Goodwill receipt, so the next time I go in, I will get a $5 voucher. And then here at St. Vincent, I only spent, I don't know, I think it was just under $8 for this stuff. But anyhow, keep watching. Remember for that bonus piece, and I hope you guys liked the video. I am super happy, super stoked on everything I got. Let me know down in comments where you like to shop. What's your favorite thrift store and why? Anyhow, thumbs up, subscribe. That would be wonderful, you guys. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.